Tomatoes Movie Life, episode 70. This week I saw Ender's Game. I had a free ticket to it, and I said, let's do this. And my streak of good movies is at an end. I know last week I loved The Counselor, and most people bashed it among the critics. They're all wrong. Ender's Game, scoring much higher on Rotten Tomatoes. Didn't enjoy it at all. I'll get to the grade in a second. I had no interest in really seeing this movie. I didn't know what it was about, but then in the previews they kept saying, from the worldwide bestseller by some guy. And I said, oh, I guess this is probably a pretty big movie. And then about halfway through Ender's Game, I said, oh wait, wasn't Twilight a worldwide bestseller? And those movies suck shit. So can you do that? That sounds really gross. But Twilight is terrible, and this is not to that level of terrible. But the movie is, I don't even know if I want to get into the plot. Basically, it's the future, and kids are being trained through video games to be like super soldiers because they absorb the electronic content and all that shit quicker. So there's aliens who've come and tried to destroy the planet. Humans won, but now they have to train kids to basically be the soldiers to defend. It's like a nerd's paradise because these kids are just like basically video game players who do a little bit of hand-to-hand combat. The lead kid is this guy, I think his name is Asa Butterfield. I think that's his name, who gives a shit. He's not bad, but most of the kid actors border on terrible in this movie. Like really like cheesy, like they're rejects from the Disney lot. I didn't care for a lot of the acting. Harrison Ford is sort of the lead, big name guy. And he's just, since 42, he's just adopted sort of this like Nick Nolte kind of, I don't care what you're doing, Ender. Like he just kind of growls throughout movies now, and that I guess passes for acting for him. Like Nick Nolte must be out of a job now because Harrison Ford is sort of the hot new talent on the old man grumbling circuit. The movie, it felt like I was watching a video game with mediocre acting. Like I feel like I've played video games that were better movies than this movie for all the technical effects. I never really cared about much in the movie. I'm sure there was a point being made by it. I just didn't really pick up on it. I'd give it a C/C minus because there were some moments and scenes that I did enjoy, and some of the effects were good, and some of the performances were good. But overall, it's just it's kind of I don't want to say a waste, but it's it's clearly going to be some sort of franchise, and if it's successful, God help us. But hopefully this one bombs and there's no franchise. So that's what I saw. I saw it for free, and if I could do it over again, I wouldn't have wasted the time. But C/C minus, whatever. Do with that what you will. Next week, Thor 2. So we'll see how I like that. So enjoy, subscribe to the channel, please. Check out some of the older reviews of much better movies. And have a good week. Talk to you next Friday.
Wanna get the feeling, gotta get the feeling, gonna get